Hi, so this is part two in the site rebuild as I am transferring a site or rebuilding a site that was originally made with the Elementor page builder, and now I'm rebuilding it with Oxygen. In the first video, we covered just setting up the site and building the header and the footer. And now we're going to tackle the home page and going to knock out the hero section with a slider. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so this is the original site. This is the one that's built in Elementor, and this is what we're going to be doing. So the first thing we're going to do is I am in this is the home page, and let's just get going. We're going to get the section in there, and we're going to start adding automatic CSS classes to style up this section. Okay. So first of all, I want to just keep the practice of naming my sections for organization. So we're going to just call this hero, and let's give this a background color. So BG background, double dash, and this is the primary color. And here we go, primary. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to give it a section padding. Now, there's a couple of different kinds of padding that come with the automatic CSS, and section padding is only going to give you padding on the top and the bottom and leave the left and right alone. Because that's generally how you're going to use that, add padding to your sections anyway. You don't want to add any padding on the left and the right. So I'm going to just start typing in section, and we're going to do, let's see, let's just start with pad, double dash, section. Is it going to just be dash section? Okay, here we go. Padding section, extra small. And in here, I'm going to put a div, and I'm going to give this div a class because, this is a 2-column section here. So I'm going to do this with grid, and we're going to just start adding grid classes here. So we're going to do grid, and even though it's 2 columns, I'm going to do 3, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. Okay, so we are going to do grid 3, then I'm going to add a div in there. I'm going to duplicate that div, and then I'm going to give this a gap of medium. Now I'm going to come into this cell right here, the second cell, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a span, column span of 2. Okay. Did I get the gap in there? Where did I put the gap? I think I may have put the gap on the wrong. Yeah, I put the gap here. Didn't mean to put the gap there. I need to get that up here. So let's get gap in here, gap medium. So what I'm doing is I'm just making a slight adjustment to this hero section here because these are 2 evenly spaced um, columns. I want this column on the right that shows the images just a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's why I'm doing that here. And now let's go ahead and name these things. So this is going to be grid wrapper, and it's 3-column. So I'm going to put that in there like that. Okay, and then this one, we're going to call it text. And this one here, we're going to call it slider. Okay, all right. So let's see what we're going to do next. Okay, so now let's just take care of the responsiveness right here while we're here now anyway. So we're going to give this grid, and we're going to do it at the large breakpoint. And let's see how I'm going to get this in here. The double dash grid large 1. So now when we go to the large breakpoint, which is this one right here, it's going to be 1 column. Okay. And not sure why that's happening right there, but I'll take care of that when we get to it. All right. So over here, let's add our heading. Let's add our div. And then underneath that div, we have text. And underneath that text, we have a button. And I've already created the button and I saved it as a reusable part. So I'm going to add that button in right now. So let's go get it. So it's reusable main button. And we're going to bring it in as editable. And there it is right there. Okay. So here for our divider, we're going to give this the class that I created. This is a custom class, still using the automatic CSS. So when we're in here, come over here, you'll see for the background, I'm using the var function to bring in the accent color. So that's tied into the automatic CSS style sheet right now. So if any changes to that accent color, this is going to get updated with it. I'm going to come over to this column here and I'm going to give it an owl class to separate all those elements in there just a little bit. I'm going to do owl medium. We're going to come up to this headline right here and we are going to give it a text accent. Oh, no, no, no. This is actually not text accent. This is, we want this to look white. So we're going to do text and we're going to do primary. Wait a second. I got to put those double dashes in there. Primary, ultra light. So now we got that looking white. And we're going to do the same thing to this body copy down here. So this is going to be text, primary, ultra light. Okay. Now let's go get the copy. So we got this headline, copy. Let's drop that in there. And we're going to go get this other copy. Copy that. And we're going to drop that in there. And now we got a couple of bold sentences or bold words in here. So we got La Casa up to Sueños. So we're going to wrap that in a span and we'll be able to get that. Okay, so let's see. La Casa, Sueños. And we'll put that in a span. And then we're going to do, let's move this out of the way. It's over there. And we're going to come over here and we're going to do font weight 700. Okay. And then down here, 60 DS days. We're going to wrap that in a span as well. And we're going to also give that a font weight of 60. All right. So now I want to come over here. And what I'm going to do is, so like you see how this div is just squished up there to the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a stretch class to this so that now all the divs that are inside this div wrapper are going to stretch from the top to the bottom. All right. So we're done here with that. Now let's get our slider in here. All right. So slider, I use Oxy Extras, which is an additional plugin that just complements Oxygen. And it's about 30 some odd elements that come with it. And slider is one of them. And you only activate the ones you need. So right now, I'm just going to use these three on this whole site. I may need others, but as it is right now, I know I'm going to definitely need these. So let's get this carousel builder in here. All right. And you have all of these different options here for bringing in content. So, if you have advanced custom fields, if you have easy posts, repeaters, Woo components, and Woo product gallery, you can use this slider for that. But in this case, we're just going to use the media gallery and we're going to just go ahead and browse for some of these images. And the images we're going to need are this one, this red house, and then this one right here. All right, so let's go get that first one. And where is it? Let's do, where is it? Where is it? It's going to be this one right here. I believe this is it. Yeah, this is it. So let's get this one in there. Okay, so we're going to add to the gallery and we need that red house. And where's the red house? Where is it? Is this it? Nope. Is it this one? Yeah, 700. There we go. Let's get that one in there. So it brought in two. 700. Let's get rid of this one. And now the last one is this, I believe. Yeah, it's this one right here. Let's get that in there. Okay, so we are good to go. Okay, gallery. All right, so now what we got to do to get these to show, we're going to go full. And there they are. Now we got to just start um, adjusting this slider to get it to show the way we want it to show. So first we're going to come into cells. We are going to, number of visible cells is 1. Cell height, we're going to do 600 pixels. In this case, since we're using rems, we just type in 60. And space between cells is none. Cell transition, we're good to go there. Let's center that. And object fit, we're going to do cover. Okay, so now let's apply. And let's see how this is going to, let's save. And then we're going to see how this looks on the front end to see what we need to do next. Come over here. And that is, yeah, I mean, we're there. So there's a couple of things I need to adjust. So you can see right now that, when we come to the third image, that's it. You can't go on. So what I want to do is create an infinite scroll so that when you come to the third one, you hit it again, brings you to the first one. And we're going to do that over here. So we're going to do carousel, group cells, number of cells. We're good to go there. Cell alignment. All of this is good. Adaptive height. Just going through all these different settings here. And behavior. Autoplay. We're going to do 5,000 milliseconds, which is about 5 seconds. So when somebody comes to the page, after 5 seconds, that image is going to slide to the second image, to the third image, and then back again. Resume autoplay after an action. We're going to enable that. And we're going to do 2,000. Now here it is, wrap around infinite cells. We're going to enable that, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we'll save that, come over here, refresh. Now when we get to that last image, it goes right back to the beginning. And here we go. And now we're going to see the responsiveness is going to be built right in. So so now we get it stacked as soon as we get to this smaller image here. Okay. So there we go. We're good to go on there. Now we got to get rid of these directional arrows, and we got to get these. You can barely see them down here because they're more or less the same color as the background here. So we got to get these dots up into the image like it is right here. Okay. So we're going to get that done next. So let's come back here, and navigation arrows, we're going to say none. And now we're going to come back out of here. Page dots, we are going to do hide dots. Nope, we're not going to do that. Dot styles, positioning. We're going to do, I think 35 should get us there. You can see, and there they are right there. Now we're going to do dot styles, opacity. Let's get it to 1. And border radius is fine. Height, let's do 12. Just get them a little bit bigger. Now we're going to do color next. Okay. Sorry about that zoom right there. Let's go dot style. Okay, background color. So and we can still tie into the automatic CSS here as well. So we are going to future proof. So we do double dot, and we're going to go. Let's try primary dash ultra light. Close that parentheses, and there we go. Okay, so now we got our dots. And let's see. Next, we're going to come over here, select the dot. We want the selected dot to be a slightly different color. And I'm trying to think what would be the best color for that. So let's type in. So if I close the parentheses right away like that, you're not going to get, what was it? You're not going to get this. Okay. All right. So let's try with, let's try primary dash light and see what that looks like. Let's apply. Okay, it's not really showing up here on the editor. Let's see what it looks like on the front end. The thing with Oxygen, sometimes you're not going to see the results in the editor. You have to save it and come up into the front end. And I mean, you can see it's a slightly different color. I'm not even sure. Maybe I'm wishful thinking. It's not really showing up. So, oh, I got double parentheses here. That's why. Let's do this now. I'm not sure that did anything. Let's save that and come back to the front end and see what we're looking like. Yep. Okay. So it's slightly lighter, or you get that slightly light primary color right there. And I think that'll be good enough. Let's see what it looks like with the accent. Accent might be better. Apply, hit save, and refresh. Yeah, there it is. It's a little bit gold now. You can't really see it. All right, I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. We'll just call that good, and I think we're there. I mean, that's it. That's pretty much it. There's going to be a few things I'm going to have to do on the responsive end of things here. So, like the spacing here looks a little off. Um, let's see this right here, but we could call it good. Let's see. We get smaller. We get smaller here. Um, so right now the grid wrapper is going to one column at the large breakpoint. Let's take this off. Yeah, that's gonna look terrible. Yeah, we can't. We got to break at the large. Okay, so this is gonna do grid L, and we're gonna go to one, and let's see. Maybe I got to do span on this. Maybe that's what's gonna fix this right here. Let's give that a try. So we're gonna do call span L, or span L. Let's do L2. Yep, that was it. Okay. All right, so that worked. So we got that taken care of. So now this is stretching all the way across. This is kind of stretching all the way across. It's interesting because this is where you kind of got to, make the decisions where, you know, having it side by side doesn't look so good. Now having it stacked, it looks better than having those two columns squashed like that. But what I do not like is I do not like the way this text is laying out over here in this large. So I'm gonna have to give this some thought. I'll probably just play around with that a little bit and see what solutions I can come up with. But for now, I think we're going to just leave this as it is, and we're going to we'll move on to the next section. Next section in the next video. So we're going to stop this video here. So um, hopefully there was some good information here. And, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.